Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be making our Oregon map. So please find your Oregon map that's on this firmer cardstock. It's a little thicker than regular paper. It says Oregon map. And we're going to be using this Oregon map checklist. On the other side, there's a map we can look at sometimes. This map is kind of blurry, so I've really mostly been using maps from the Atlas. The pages I like for this assignment are 1, 24, and 27. I'm starting on 24. It says recreation and tourism. You'll notice in this atlas, an atlas is a collection of maps, and every page is just a different map of Oregon. So it's all Oregon. I liked this one because it clearly lists the mountain ranges and the rivers. So the first thing we need to label is going to be, let's see, neighboring states. You should have already done that yesterday. And it's the same states, they didn't change. So we have Oregon here, here's Oregon. So up here is gonna be Washington. And then right below Oregon, as we all know, is California, right there, California. And then down here is Nevada. So just if you look at, this one actually does help for the states. See Nevada right there? And then over here is Idaho. And that's it. Washington, Idaho, Nevada, California, Oregon. So those are all the states. Oh, and the Pacific Ocean. Well, we know where that is, right? If we're up in Portland, right here. Portland's where the Columbia River meets the Willamette River. If we drive over the mountains, there's the ocean. So right here is Pacific Ocean. And the mountain ranges, that's what I like to use this for, recreation and tourism. So let's see which mountain ranges they want. So we look at our checklist. So next up is mountain ranges, Coast Range. So notice how when you go to here, Coast Range is coincidentally by the coast. It says right there, Coast Range. So it's these mountains here, the Coast Range. That's why when we drive from Portland to the coast, we have to go over some mountains. Next up is, so I'm just kind of juggling between these three. Let's see, Cascade Range. So I find my map again. Oh yeah, Cascade Range right here. Goes up and down all the way through Oregon. See how Mount Hood is there? That's because Mount Hood is on the Cascade Range. So is Mount Bachelor. That's why people go skiing when they live in Eugene. People in Portland go skiing at Mount Hood. So it's these right here. The Cascade Mountain Range just goes right through the state. Blue Mountains. The Blue Mountains, here we go, right here. Right by John Day River. So there's John Day River, there's the Blue Mountains. And then next up, Walla Walla Mountains. That's up here too. So I'm keep looking at this page 24. There's the Walla Walla Mountains right up there. So there's Walla Walla and there's Blue Range. They're right next to each other. And the last one is the Siskiyou Mountains. That is actually way down here by Ashland. And a map that shows, oh, see, right there it is, way down there. And a map that shows that better is actually a few pages later on 27. There it is, Siskiyou Mountain. So you can use that one too. This is actually a good one as well, page 27. It doesn't have the Blue Mountains, but the Strawberry Mountains are part of the Blue Mountains. So I'd be looking at page 27 and page 24 to do this. Okay, the rivers. Let's find those rivers. Well, Columbia River, we know where that is, right? Columbia River is what borders Oregon and Washington. It's what creates the border. That's why when you go into Washington, you've got to drive across a river. So there's the Columbia. Let's look at our rivers. Snake River's next. Try to find the Snake River. There it is. It's all the way over here. So Snake River is what borders Oregon and Idaho. I'm glad I'm doing this, you guys, because I don't actually know that much about this part of the state. I don't go down over here very often. So yeah, the Snake River, it separates Idaho from Oregon. And Willamette River, we know what that one is because it flows right through Portland, right? It separates East and West Portland. So it's right here. There's the Willamette. Right here. Deschutes River, that is right here. See that? Deschutes River. So I find it over here too. Okay, there's Deschutes. Oh yeah, there's Deschutes. And there's John Day. And now they want us to find the Rogue River. So where's the Rogue? Oh, there it is. It's right down here. All the way down here. So the Rogue River is, let's see, it comes up. There it is. There's the Rogue. And if you'd like to label a few more, like I see John Day River, it doesn't say to do that, but honestly, it's kind of a good idea to just know where all the rivers are. So I'd probably do John Day River too. I'm going to do that on mine. Lakes, Crater Lake, Klamath Lake. So again, I can find the lakes here. Lakes are big bodies of blue water. There's Klamath Lake and the other big blue water. Oh, there's Crater Lake. So I find them here. Klamath Lake is down here. There it is. You can fill it in if you'd like to. And then Crater Lake is right up here. We don't have it exactly here, but mostly. And then Willamette valleys, the valleys and basins, you need to find those. So the Willamette Valley, we know where that is. Let's see, is that listed here? That one might actually be listed. Oh, that's so messy. But anyway, the Willamette Valley is right here. That's where we live. A valley is when something dips. So you have like mountains and it dips, and it's the lower part. So we live in the valley. It's a low part between the Coast Range and the Cascade Range. So there's the Willamette Valley. And the Rogue Valley is down here. So it's kind of like below the Willamette Valley, there's the Rogue Valley. So people in Southern Oregon live down there. And you can always, I'm going to post my map and you can look at it too and see how I do it. And the Columbia River Basin, is it's the watershed. A basin is it's a low point where water goes, like a watershed. So we live in the Willamette Valley watershed, but that's all in the Columbia River Basin, which means that even if we're in the Willamette Valley watershed, it eventually takes that water to the Columbia River, and then it goes out to the ocean. So the whole northern half of the state and a bunch of Washington is the Columbia River Basin. Columbia River Basin. So I guess I'll just kind of write it kind of in the middle up here. And then the Great Basin is down here. And that's the high desert country. So that's going to be like the low point, but it's also way higher because the whole part of Eastern Oregon over here is much higher than over here. It's high desert country. And the Great Basin extends into these other states down here too. So Columbia River kind of goes up and Great Basin sort of goes down. So I'm going to write Great Basin down here. So after I label everything neatly, I'm going to color it in, and for that I'm going to use page 1 for my atlas, which is this guy for topography. And just do your best here. And you might not have all of these colors, but just do your best. You want it to look kind of like this, with green being the lowest. And as it gets higher, it kind of turns more yellow, and then brown, and then kind of a gray for mountains, and then white for the very tip, because that's where it's snowy. So on here, and just kind of do your best, but you can see where the mountain ranges are. Like that's a mountain range, that's a mountain range. There, right here, see where there's white? That's the Cascade Mountain Range right there. Over here we have more mountains. Oh, the blue, we should have already have these labeled. So they'll be kind of white. And the thing I want you to notice is how much lower it is right here in the Willamette Valley where we live, and along the coast, of course, than it is in the mountains, which you know, but also in this whole Eastern Oregon. Notice how it's these higher colors like gold and then even this kind of like brown. That's because the whole Eastern Oregon is so much higher. And people don't realize that. It's way higher. And because of that, the weather's different over here. We'll be talking about that later too. It's drier and it can be warmer and colder too. It's more extreme temperatures than over here. So you can notice how I do mine when I finish it, but do your best to try to see if you can copy this. And you might not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colors. You might only have like 4, and that's okay. I'm probably only gonna use about 4 myself. All right, I'm be curious to see how you do.